I love when people approach me and tell me their stories of surviving different events. And I had an opportunity to sit down with an elderly gentleman one day, and I was out of state, and he knew me, and he knew my conservative nature and my love for firearms and helping people get training and so forth. And this gentleman sat down with me, and in his 70s, he began to relate to me an incident that had happened about a year prior to us talking. He's got a beautiful daughter. She has made some bad choices about men. And the young lady, I think he said she was in her early 40s. And she ended up with a psychotic boyfriend that decided he was going to come after her and kill her. And I guess the young man as much as called her and told her that he was going to kill her, which was fortuitous for her, but pretty stupid on his point, on his part. And she fled to her dad's house. Now the police have been called. As she's apparently leaving her house, she sees the guy behind her in his vehicle. So she gets ahead of him enough that she arrives ahead of him, but she's calling her dad in a panic, and she's like, "Dad, I broke up with so and so. He's right behind me. I mean, I called the cops. They're on their way, but I couldn't stay in my house." And so the guy turns to his wife and says, "Call the police." And so multiple calls have been made, and the dispatcher's informing him that the police are just minutes away. Well, I have nothing against law enforcement. Some of my best friends are cops. But when police are minutes away, what's the old cliche? When seconds matter, police are only minutes away. And a lot of times they're there just in time to either arrest the guy that you're holding at gunpoint or to put the chalk around you. And so that's the sad reality of that. And so this man knew that. And so he had a high caliber revolver. And there's few things as a man that says I mean business like a 357 Magnum, and he had one. And so his daughter runs in the door, and at that point he's got his pistol. He shuts the door behind her. It's a big steel door, and locks it. And not hardly getting it locked, and this guy slams into it. The guy that's trying to kill his daughter. And so he's yelling, "Go away!" The police have been called. It's not slowing the guy down. Nothing's slowing the guy down. So at that point, the gentleman takes the handgun and he thumps it. Pum, 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 pum. And ironically, this is the second story I've cataloged. Totally different guys, don't even know each other, where they take their revolver and one guy taps the glass in the motel room he was staying in. This gentleman, miles apart, completely different kind of guys, but they both made their presence known. The second gentleman here in this story, knowing that this young man's going to come through this door in a moment, this soft pine door frame is going to break, and hinges are not going to matter. This deadbolt's not going to matter. This kid's coming in, and the man thumps the door with the revolver, and he says, "Son," and he cocks the hammer. He said, "I've got a loaded 357 Magnum inside this door." And he said, "If you come in here, I'm going to kill you." Well, that was definitely his right. I mean, he was defending his wife, and he was defending his daughter from somebody whose stated intention was murder. That man was stated intention was murder. So there's a few seconds of silence, and then the gentleman hears footsteps running away. Now the police arrive a couple minutes later. They search around the neighborhood. They find the guy driving. They arrest the guy, and he was arrested for like terroristic threatening and a number of other things. And she got a restraining order and all that good rot. But had he not had that revolver, what do you think the odds are, with about 3 minutes between him arriving and the police arriving, how much damage do you think that a man in his late 30s, early 40s could have done to a man in his 70s if the man in his 70s hadn't been armed? That's the sad reality. A handgun, a weapon like that, is definitely the great equalizer. So that's just one more story of many, and I'm going to catalog them over time and share them with you guys. If you love these stories, please subscribe. I got more on the way. If you identify with these, click like. If you like them, share them with your friends. Have yourselves a great day.